that morning we all went out to Econ and we searched that road. And then coming back, we were like, I had told the one little Spanish guy about it. I said, that school right there. And we were in those woods, but we were on the Econ side.
Any way to make that come alive again? Because it just kind of threw off my lighting. Okay, perfect. Sorry. Sorry, you were saying?
We were searching the same woods, but on the other side, the Econ side, right up here, versus the side with the school on it, where the neighborhood ends. Those woods match up together if you just walk straight through them. So, we started off on one side. We worked all the way back. We had lunch right there at the school, basically, on a big wooden log. And that's the day they called us and canceled it right then.
So you were out there at the school and somebody called and said...
That was the day they canceled it, exactly. We were at that school right there.
Now, how much time did you spend in those woods that day?
We weren't close. We were at the end of the school right there where the road dead ends. And that's where we just said, we'll do lunch and then we'll go start the search again, because we had just searched the backside. And so right as we were eating lunch, they canceled it, and we were right there in that area that time. Now, they did have another group that was back right after the cops had been in those same woods. Those guys were on four-wheelers, and I believe they lost one that day.
I remember hearing about that, yeah.
Those guys were another group of EquiSearch that were out in that same area that I know of.
And you were with a group of how many people?
Maybe 7, 10.
Okay. So you're saying that at no time do you think that you were close to where the remains were eventually found?
No, we weren't close. If you ask me, I should have smelt it at least the first go-arounds. We were close enough. If the wind was blowing our way, maybe we'd have found something or smelt something that way, but we didn't. We weren't close enough. I just didn't think anybody buried a child right next to the damn fence in your backyard.
Knowing what you know now, having been in that area, do you think the remains were there?
Yeah.
When you were there the first time?
Yeah, just because the way it looked when you walked it, nobody wanted to go down right there because it was a deeper drop off at first, and it was still all summertime. All the crap was growing around, I guess it was wet. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember right there per se. Farther down, I know I was in a dry bed stream, and it was.
I know July was before the rains. It was
right.
Before Faye.
Yeah, Faye had come during the searches. I
August.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying that it wasn't that.
It was a dry riverbed that I was walking in. I know that for a fact. It followed the fence line there. It's still there if you go right now.
Now, when you were searching, a lot of people search in different ways. A lot of people have, sticks. They're pulling up leaves and stuff. Are you just walking? Do you have any tools with you that you're using to, manipulate the ground?
I'll pick stuff up. I'm more rough than most people. Bags, that's what we're looking for. Anything of size to it. Smells. When we went to J. Blanchard Park the first time meeting up, I had found an area that just stunk. Something was dead there, and I'm like, I don't know what a body smells like, but something's dead right around here. We searched around 2 or 3 days later. We'd go back there, and I didn't smell anything, so might have been a rodent or something. But just picking up, walking through water, garbage cans, looking back at dumpsters and stuff.
Can you, the first time you went back there, and for the second time for that matter, can you describe to me the volume of trash back there? We've heard reported that there was a lot of trash back there.
Not so much in that area I was in, no, because the first part of it's a field area, and then to go into the woods, there's little bits of garbage here and there, but you would expect that from being across from the elementary school. Just junk being blown around. There wasn't more than any other woods I've been in.
So if you saw a white garbage bag in a burlap, a canvas bag with a Disney bag next to it, you would have seen it.
Yes.
And you would have.
Yeah. By far, that would have given you a chill up your back.
But you didn't see anything like that? You didn't see anything suspicious?
There wasn't in the area I was searching, no. There just wasn't. We lifted up everything in our area. There's no doubt we would have found it if it was right where we were.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've heard from Jose Baez, the defense attorney. He filed a motion yesterday.
He needs to stop. He needs to say, enough's enough. Let's get over with this. Well, because it brings down the community. The parents, he's just doing it for publicity. And the next thing that happens here, we'll see him again.
Right. Well, he's trying to argue, I just want to get you to weigh in on this. He's trying to argue that there were other EquiSearch volunteers. You said we're in that area of the four-wheelers. He's saying that there's a list of people who were in that area who didn't see anything. They're arguing, that the remains were not there, that they were placed there afterwards. Is there any way in your mind that
The only person that could do that is her brother. All right, Dad wouldn't do it. You saw him break down. Mom totally not there. She's not going to do it. Anybody in that family going to do something? It'd be her brother, and I doubt he did it. I really seriously doubt. I think he'd say, "Says it's this one's on you."
So then let me ask you this, just a couple more quick.
You'd hide the body. I mean, you wouldn't. If it was a guy doing it and it was her brother, he wouldn't leave it there so they could find it. He'd get rid of the evidence so that nothing was ever found, so you could never convict. I mean, that's how I think a family would think after a while.
Let me ask you this: hearing this motion yesterday, do you think it's just a bunch of defense tricks? Do you think it's a smoke screen?
It's definitely a smoke screen. There's no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't want bias as my lawyer. I mean, if he's like that to that one, I mean, he's believing too much out there. He shouldn't be a lawyer. I couldn't do that. That's good for him.
And I'll ask you also just about the just because I want to get your perspective here, the whole Roy Kronk theory. I guess you've been that whole thing happened when you were on vacation, so I don't know how much of it you've heard, but
the Roy Kronk, I mean, what I've heard of it is he thought he smelled something and found something prior. Then he went back and found the same thing. Now, either he's as curious as me and got on the same route again, just luckily went back and peed in the woods, as he said, or somebody knows somebody in that family. Wasn't it a lawyer knew somebody's wife that works with Kronk or something? Somewhere I thought there was a domino.
Speculation that he knows somebody in the jail or something like
Well,
that.
maybe he was just sent there to find it, had really nothing to do with it, but just the family said, we want it to be found. Let's do that. Maybe he wasn't there being suspicious. Somebody gave him some info. Hey, you want to help us settle this? Let's settle this. I could see that happening. But then again, I could see me going back to, I smelled something there, and it's damn thing's been going on forever.
I just wanted to ask you one last question. And that is, as a curious follower, I guess there's so many of us now that following this case. Do you think we'll ever get the truth? Will you ever know what happened? Will we ever know what happened?
I don't think so. I mean, I know we all believe so, but do you think Kaylee will come clean? I doubt it. Somebody or Casey come clean. Maybe Dad in his later years will say, hey, this is what happened, but you saw Mom with the hairbrush and saying, haha, I put all the different hair fibers together. She was in on it, not maybe at the get-go, but close enough after she already knew what happened.
Do you think the family's involved and knows more than they're saying? The
family absolutely knows what happened. Do they know exactly in the steps or the orders to a T? No, but do they know their daughter did it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where that cover-up started.
And you don't think Casey will come clean?
I don't think that little girl's ever going to come clean.